Hi everyone, so here I want to tell you about motivation letter. What is that? And the structure, how to make it, and also I will give to you the example one. What is the motivation letter? According to education.com, a motivation letter is a letter that explains why you are the right candidate for the program or scholarship you are applying for. Motivation letters contain a record of achievements, qualification, and reason why the applicant deserves the opportunity to study scholarship or work. However, you also need to understand the characteristic of the program or university you are applying to. So you can adjust the content of the motivation letter to what the program maker expects. Some people often confuse motivation letter and personal statements, but indeed similar at a glance. However, there are some differences between the two. A motivation letter focuses more on practical and technical matters such as achievements, qualification, and realistic goals. Meanwhile, personal statements focus more on abstract things such as personality, ambitions, and preferences. A letter motivation structure, like a letter, there is a certain structure that you need to pay attention to when composing a motivation letter. First, opening. The opening part of the motivation letter is where you introduce yourself to the recipient of the letter, such as greetings, write greetings sentence that is commonly used or appropriate for the recipient of the letter, such as the recipient's name. The introduction tell your full name and the position or program you are applying for, then reason for grading. Explain why you are applying to the program or job and what you hope to achieve from the letter. According to the European Higher Education Fair, you can create the opening paragraph of your scholarship motivation letter with your background and the shortcomings to the field you are looking for in Indonesia. For example, let's say you want to apply for a master's degree in medicine abroad. You can explain the current state of medicine in Indonesia. And the second one is content. The body is the most important part of a motivation letter compared to the opening and closing. The body must be longer and more concise. Here are some things you can write in the body of your motivation letter. Education background tells about your education ranging from major university to academic achievements. And experience describe what you have done and achieved in the field you are applying for. And motivation explain what made you interested in applying to the position or program and what motivated you to do so. And skills tell us what skills you have and how they can contribute to the position or program. And the last one is future goals or plans. Explain what your future plans or goals are and how the program or position can help you achieve them. And the last structure is closing. The section is called the closing statement. Restate your strongest point and why the university should choose you, and write briefly, clearly, and empathetically to show your confidence. Here, here is the order. Conclusion, a summary of the points made in the letter. Acknowledgement, thank the recipient or reader of the letter for their time and consideration. And closing, close the letter with polite closing words such as thank you, respectfully, etc., followed by your full name. Tips for making a motivation letter is first, you must focus on the important points you want to convey. For example, you can focus on one issue that is developing in the field you are applying for. Get to know the company or university you are applying to. Motivation letters are not just about you. Instead, you need to connect yourself with the company or university you are applying to. Know their characteristic and vision. And the second one is include evidence. Make sure you also show real evidence. Deliver concrete things that allow the company or university to measure you accurately. For example, avoid saying I was successful in my last undergraduate program. Instead, tell them what makes you successfully. I managed to balance my academics and academics roots during my undergraduate program. I got a high GPA while being active in various organizations. Tips for making And the last one is reread. After completing your motivation letter, reread what you have written carefully. By reading, you can see which parts can still be improved. However, reading alone is not enough. You can ask your family, friends, and relatives to read your motivation letter and give you feedback. Okay, I have an example for you. Here is the division of the motivation letter structure based on the content, opening and closing. First, we have the opener. This section contains the this one is opener opening. This section contains the introduction and the main reason of writing the motivation letter, such as introducing yourself, educational background, and expressing interest in the GKS Scholarship. And also, here until here is body. This section explains the reason for choosing the field of study, experience, achievement, and future goals. You can see from here until here, it's explained about your reason for choosing your field of study and personal experience. And from here until here is explained goals and motivation for the future. And then in here until here, it's explained about your skill, achievements, and contributions that have been made. And then finally, the closing. The closing section. From here until here. This is the closing section. And this section contains conclusions, expectations for the scholarship, and gratitude. This section confirms the hope for the scholarship and expresses gratitude. Um, so that's all for me. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if I have made a mistake. I hope you can make the motivation letter easily after watching this video. And the last I want to say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.